So what did you actually do to create the change?
I realized the power of my words. I realized the power of what I was thinking underneath everything. You know, all the times when I said, okay, I'm going to start this diet and then everything's going to change. What was really going on in my head and my body was nothing's going to change. You know, I would say, okay, I'm going to start Monday, you know, that proverbial I'll start Monday. And then underneath it, I'm like, and you'll be done by Tuesday because it's just not going to work. And so I realized that that was actually controlling and dominating my inability to change anything. So for me to start changing it, I started becoming aware of the energy that those kind of thoughts and those kind of words actually created or didn't create. And so once I started looking at the energy of that, I started building my life and creating my body from the what I could do instead of what I had already decided I could not do.
Gosh, this is so different than what I thought you were going to say. It's hilarious, and just like, I guess it's kind of mind-blowing. When you say it, it seems obvious, but there's like a level of like, obviously depth to it, but also like real kind of like raw, vulnerable, like you have to have like no real, I want to say like barriers to yourself or something to actually be able to notice those things and not, you know, like punish yourself for having those thoughts or just put them into like a cupboard, try and hide them away.
Yeah, like that was the other thing for me. I had to really not judge myself for the things I had chosen or not chosen in the past. Because when I judged myself for, oh, that was stupid that I thought that or acted that way, I actually negated any change that might have been possible. Because it was that negative energy again.
So, like, can you just like walk us through, say, the process of like just one thought? Like, it could just really quickly, like, how does that even look? Like, if someone wanted to just do that, like, what would they do?
I like to ask questions about everything, and so if I said something to like myself, like, all right, tomorrow I am going to start eating better. I would ask myself with total vulnerability and total honesty with myself and say, is that truly what you're going to do, or are you already counting and planning to fail? And it's interesting because anything that is true for you makes you feel light or smile. And anything that is heavy or alive for you makes you feel heavy or kind of, you know, makes you want to cry or rock in the corner. And what's interesting is when you ask something like this, like, okay, truth, am I going to start tomorrow or am I already planning to fail? I would have to say that it felt lighter. I'm like, yeah, I'm already planning to fail, you know, and that's just being the vulnerable and honest with yourself.
And then what do you do with that?
Huh?
And then what do you do with that piece there? Like when you're like, okay,
yeah, that's the good news. That once you have that awareness, you can actually ask another question. Like, okay, what would truly need to occur for me to create this change here? What would truly need to occur for me to actually eat better tomorrow? And then you start to open up to what's actually going on instead of what you've already decided won't go on. Because if we've already decided something won't happen, we very rarely go past that. It's just validation for, see, nothing changes, everything sucks.